Well, Evan, you join us back for the formation lap of them at the Japanese Grand Prix here in Suzuka. Everyone warm up ties, but I don't think you want to go too badly here because you might end up slipping in sector 1 on your formation lap.
Yeah, it's not going to be all that strange to see someone.
Now,
formation lap around here.
Now, when you go to Japan, there is always a risk of rain. Is there going to be any rain?
No, bone dry.
Excellent. How's the what's the strategy here, Connor?
Soft to mediums, but if anyone has any problems at the start, the hards can pretty much go the race distance. Tyre wear around here, the reason it's so it's so good is because it's the 3 softest compounds, but the tyres they only really get the beating through the first sector. Suzuka's mainly got all of those. Yeah, it's got high-speed corners, but they're very fluid high-speed corners, so you're not actually asking a lot from the tyres. So I'm surprised if you start seeing a lot of people overcut. But I really wouldn't expect the softs to do more than about 10 to 12 laps.
Even if that.
Yeah, I think even for me that'll be a little bit optimistic. Oh my god, I was nearly hit my teammate.
It is definitely, going to be very interesting what people think about.
Yeah.
We're going to see here, here how good our drivers are.
Get a move on.
Anyway, but they are starting to line up now.
Whoever's bunched the pack up, that's really annoying. I've just lost a little bit of tyre temperature toward the end there. But I think we've had a formation lap where no one's been disqualified. So
actually, 2 people
are. See Blaze were gaming, we'll look into that as a stewards inquiry at the end.
Blaze and Collins. Anyway, everyone's lined up. This is going to be a good one. Okay then, here we go. Here we go, 27 laps. 9% should be around him at lap 24, is it? Anyway, 5 red lights. That's the lights, and away we go. Here in the mighty...
bad stop by Ninja.
Oh yeah, but look at that start by that Toro Rosso. Everyone's flying into him in the first corner. Everyone's... Wow, that's actually kind of clean, actually. Oh, big switch up here. Oh, everyone's got nice and clean, actually, in the first corner. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, pretty clean getaway, even from the guys at the front. Looked like they all bunched together at turn 2 a little bit, but not too bad.
Oh, side-by-side McLaren and Ferrari, not anymore. Oh, there's a side-by-side Red Bull and racing. Oh, where's McLaren go off? AJ is in the gravel. That's unfortunate. I think that was from his own mistake, though.
Oh, I was nearly ran into the back of the Red Bull. Ninja's round. He's tagged Steph.
There he is. He's waiting for everyone to clear, but now he's all the way down in 14th position.
Oh, we have Marty Jonas.
Collins!
Yeah, T. Jonas has just done the same thing.
Did he?
Yeah. You might have missed it. Who's that I've heard? Oh my god, the Norwegians are so close together. I'm surprised they've not taken each other out yet.
Oh god, everyone's so close together. Oh, hello, we got T. Jonas caught in the corner completely. Had to avoid them.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if any of these guys.
Oh, hello. Landfell and Leroy. Leroy is trying to get past. No, actually, Leroy's trying to defend, so I want my own out. And Racers got past him at T. Jonas. This is terrible for the Alphas.
Yeah, sniff at pole position in quali, but now coming race, looks like they might not even finish on the podium.
That would be something. AJ has a time penalty for speed in the pit lane.
Yeah, I could really do with talking to my teammate right now.
AJ's starting to retire.
Retired. Lita's retired in the pits though.
at least. Big battle between Collins and Fid. Man, they must have had a right good show at each of them throughout the Degners. We might have a battle for the lead. Because Morris is all over the back of Hazard. Will he be able to do an Alonso move in 130 yard maybe? He's got shit streaming off, but I don't know. He's definitely not close enough. But he's got a much better exit at 130 yard than the Racing Point. He tries to hook the inside line, but then Morris will have the inside line. Next one, oh, he's got it visually, but they're still side by side. They're going into the cross line for lap 3. Morris fast up of the race. It's still close together. They're still close together. Brilliant wheel-to-wheel racing here between the top two. Oh, here we go. First corner. Oh, there's no Senna Prost here, but they're still side by side throughout all of it. Still side by side in the second corner. And perfectly defending into the third corner. Hazard keeps the lead. That was some good racing.
Yeah, great. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, he's lost it! Hazard's lost it! Oh, he's clamped also the Ferrari!
Oh my god, I thought he was reversing then.
Oh no!
Well, let's put the Alphas back up near podium contention.
Yeah, oh, that's terrible.
Is that not one of the Toro Rossos leading the race?
No, that's Morris now. Fuzzy's retired.
Fuzzy.
I don't know what happened though. Why did Fuzzy retire?
Looks like Degner won. No one's nearer. I think Collins is just spanning sector 1 as well. Why is it? Oh, no, that would be Ninja then.
Well, Ninja's out and Fuzzy's retired in the Degners.
I'm surprised there isn't at least a VSC just for the amount of carnage that's gone on.
I think I know what happened with Fuzzy.
Okay.
Hazard obviously...
mate, cover the top. Cover the battle for P3.
Alright, I'm going to put that on in the background, and I think what happened is actually, I don't even think I have time, because that Toro Rosso is all over the back of the Alpha! No, he's not. Man, there's a big battle between Toro Rossos and Alphas here. Looks like you're catching this pack.
Nah, I'm staying back. Thing is, it's really hard to overtake here, so I can get close, but unless I can overtake them with DRS or something, then there's not really a lot I can do.
Ferrari is having a terrible show.
No, it's not great. I don't believe that thing with Taze was his fault though.
No, that was Hazard's fault.
Right.
He obviously made a mistake himself, and went into the wall on the inside in that line, of it. And when he tried to recur, he just clips the Ferrari, which causes the Ferrari to go inwards into the corner.
Okay.
Whereas Fuzzy, I think what happened is that they were approaching the first Degner really quickly, but obviously Hazard was still gaining up to speed throughout the Degners, and I think they might have either tripped on each other, or they might have panicked and kind of didn't control their car very well. Anyway, here we go, is this P2? Oh yes, Team Giant is into second. This is a big day. Big day for Team Giants. This is the make or break point. Actually, I think Langfeld's tyres might already be... Oh, Langfeld's gone!
Yeah, tyre wear on the softs starting to kick in.
Was I just saying about tyre life before he's ran there?
Yep. Although I am a little bit worried about our Mr. Bottle job out at front.
Oh yeah, Steph from 3 second penalty.
Yes. Sorry, I shouldn't say yes to that. That Toro also looks like he's having trouble rejoining the track. He's still down at turn 7.
Yes, because he Oh, he's decided just to go straight on in the Dagnus. Interesting.
I've just received about 20 messages all at once on my phone, and it's really annoying. So whoever's messaged me, I didn't even know why I'm asking that.
Angry drivers?
Maybe, but I don't normally get a lot of those kind of notifications.
Oh,
on
what
my
happened
phone.
there? I think Razor in the last corner might have accidentally slipped and slightly pressed him at his brakes, because he had a massive slowdown, which has just let Steph breeze past him, and we now have a double Alpha podium.
Yeah, definitely not a thing that Ferrari needs, but we'll see what happens. Not that both Ferraris are going to end up coming through here toward the end of the race. Could have worked out well for them. I guess the only consideration they've got is that they still might not win the race.
Who is it this time? That's a Ferrari!
That's a Ferrari!
It's blazed! He's spun in turn 7. You're on the racing line, mate. Get off the racing line quickly!
It's alright, he should have time like now. We've got a Toro Rosso that should be meeting him any second.
He's fine. Oh, that's definitely not. That's definitely helped the Alphas a little bit more, hasn't it?
Yep. I think the gap was 10 points at the start of this race.
Well, currently
going to go up to 30.
Well, currently the Alphas are both in P1, P2 and 3, and Ferrari's in 9th and 12th. Actually, I don't think that actually might be there for long, because the Toro Rosso Razor is actually going to try and get DRS. Will he get Steph back in turn 1? I don't think he's getting close enough. He's definitely got a lot closer though. But that Alpha rode the first corner a lot better than the Alpha.
Soft tyre wear really difficult into turn 1.
Fair enough. This is the closest battle right now, the battle for 3rd position. Who wants that bottom step the most?
Can I have it?
Yeah. Oh, Finn's out! I think it's a sector 1 situation. Yeah, there he is. He has crashed in turn 4, Ford has.
Same thing he's been doing in practice all week. He was really happy with the setup, so probably not the big haul of points racing point are going to be after today. I don't even think I'm going to bother trying to get a faster lap today either.
You don't want to risk it?
No, just that competition is way too hard. And even if I did, I'd be costing my team P5 at the minute. I know my teammate's only behind me, but yeah, I'd rather others have 5th and 6th than 5th and 9th or something.
Thinking about the team, well done, Connor.
Well, we're in a pretty close constructors battle now, because what I hope most people have seen the situation at Toro Rosso, that most of their points have been deducted. So Toro Rosso are about 7th in the constructor standings now. Exact points, I can't remember off the top of my head that they're on about 100 odd, but it will be rectified as soon as we have the standings updated after the race.
Well, you want
should be
you want me on update with him doing a plus 15 right now, because Razor's got past Steph. Actually, he's really screwed up that corner, actually, Degna 2. And Steph's got to get back at him. But right now, the Toro Rosso's back up into 3rd. And I'm going to take a drink. Yeah. More battles are starting to emerge right now.
Right on board with them.
I'm currently arriving on the battle for third and fourth, which is still Razor and Steph. But I think Razor's actually starting to pull away from the Alpha.
You may want to ride on board with...
Oh, yellow flag. Who is it?
There's a Ferrari.
Oh no, it's Leroy.
You might want to ride on board with Blaze for Game then. He looks under attack from Toro Rosso.
Yeah, the other Toro Rosso Langfell's is starting to close the gap on Blaze. And it has not been... Blaze has had a really bad run since halfway, hasn't he? Ooh. You know, I'm really hoping that that Morris actually keeps this because he needs the luck.
Same. It's not really down to luck now. It's he's made his own mistakes. But he said it's like he gets so far ahead, so comfortable that he feels pressure from himself that he knows he's going to make a mistake. Let's say if he does end up with like a 5-second lead, just kind of back off a little bit, or at least if you're going to lose the win, try and get second place. Better than DNFing.
True, but it's a racer mentality though, isn't it?
I don't think it's a racing mentality of the driver leading the race to be scared. Yellow flag at the chicane, don't know what that was about.
That yellow flag at the last corner was Leroy just getting out the way of the front runners. But to be fair, T. Jones is actually gaining a lot on Morris, but T. Jones is now pitted. T. Jones is going to come out, I think he's going to come out in 6th. Because there's a pretty clear divide between the top 6 and 7th and downwards, so it's much like real life F1.
Fair dues. I'm just happy to be in P4 at the minute, highest position all season.
Well, Langfell got past Blaze. The Ferrari struggles and keep getting worse.
I don't think I've seen a team full from grace so much compared to that Ferrari team.
Are you referring to this our game version or the real life version?
Ours.
Fair enough.
At least with F1's Ferrari, it's kind of happened over a long period of time.
Yellow flag, who is it? Oh, it's Langfell, he's made a mistake in the exit at Degner 2.
Comparing it to real F1, imagine the 2019 season, Mercedes, and then by the time they get to Spa, Ferrari ended up basically getting 1-2s or something every single race, or at least double podiums, and then they basically struggled to keep the points.
The top... So, Morris, Razor, and Steph and Marsh have all pitted right now.
Alright.
All put on the mediums.
Yeah. I've just realised I'm the only one out in P1, so I'm going to enjoy this while I can.
Ah! TZRSM has just beaten Razor and Steph out of the pits.
Is that a double stack then for Alpha?
No, TJS pitted on the lap before Steph did.
Okay.
It's like Blaze and Langfell pitted too. Will Hazard has to pit again?
What tyres is he on?
No, it won't. Hard.
No, they're like knives.
Wow, just go out the pits and Steph and Razor back, they're still going. I know that new tyres are good, but at this track, really fresh tyres or haven't been warmed up can be as dangerous as very worn tyres.
Yeah, you don't want to be sliding in the first sector.
No. Believe me.
Mercedes
Believe me when I tell you, don't. Con, looks like you pitted.
Yeah, you were the fastest lap.
Yep, even though he won't keep at the moment.
Should be out ahead of my teammate.
You are. Not by too much though.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of practice in the mediums, but I've done enough to know that they're trickier than the softs, especially in the first sector.
Just believe in your racing instincts.
My racing instinct normally means me in the back of someone else. No, I'm an idiot.
Oh, there's your penalty.
Yeah, clip on the Degners.
Mm. Do you know that one time when I was doing a race around them at this track, I went across Degner 2 sideways.
Fair enough.
And I got a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner.
Oh my god.
Please tell me what the logic in that is.
Making mistakes. This ain't good.
Man, you're really not liking the mediums.
Yeah, I just had a really bad understeer coming through a spoon.
But to be fair, they still need to warm up, so... And that's Collins with no penalty. Leroy with another fast lap of the race. He's really enjoying those mediums, that Ferrari is. But he might have the fast lap right now, but he might not. He may not keep it as it stands because he's in 11th. Anyway, the closest battle right now is still Steph and Razor. These guys cannot leave each other alone. But right now it is keeping around the 1 second mark. You know, for the last 3 laps, I've watched watched the times between Morris and TJ.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm getting some interesting results. I've just noticed.
Okay.
Yeah. In sector 1, T. Jonas gains on Morris quite rapidly. Yeah. In sector 2, T. Jonas still continues to actually gain very much on Morris. But in sector 3, especially the exit of corners, Morris actually is able to actually get more of a gap. However, that has just been completely blown out the window, that has, to be honest, because all throughout that lap, T. Jonas was much quicker than Morris. But actually, Razor was actually quicker than was actually the quickest out of the 3 of them. The Steph is actually starting to drop back massively from them. And now, that interesting fight for who's going to take first place has now become a 3, maybe 4-way now.
Oh, I just nearly lost it at turn 7.
Very easy to do.
Yeah, trying to change fuel mix while I'm going through one of the hardest corners of the calendar.
I've just noticed Razor must have turned up his engine quite a lot because he's starting to be all over the back of T. Jonas now.
Good. To be fair, I don't know if Morris has done anything, but I've only just seen on the minimap that close of a gap. What the hell has happened?
No,
he had such a lead at the start.
Well, like I said, Connor, with the time comparisons, it's been like that for the last few laps now.
I think it's kind of, well, not that it is calm, but we'll say it's kind of the calm period where everyone's just kind of letting their hair down a little.
Really? Because the gap between them at the top 4 is 3 seconds.
Alright,
We have battle here. We have battle. And we are just over half race distance. You screwed up.
It's turn 1. Run wide. That's a vile corner to make a mistake.
Yeah, you lost an entire second on your teammate.
If I lose a position to my teammate, I wouldn't really mind.
It's still a 5-6.
No, it's that car behind him, Red Bull.
What, Collins?
Yeah. I'm just watching the gap in case if I can get a big enough gap without compromising the Mercedes 5th and 6th, I might have a run at fastest lap.
Well, right now you shouldn't really think about it because the gap isn't big enough for a pit stop.
I'll see.
The gap between... Oh, Blaze for a penalty. Oh, this is going really good. The gap between them at first and third is now 1.5 seconds. They're all within DRS zones now, the top 3. Morris might lose the lead here in the next few laps. And Steph, I think, has started to save his car a little bit, maybe, or he's just lost a lot of base.
To be fair, I'm really surprised that I'm ahead of my teammate because we've been practicing in the week and we've been just about matching each other's pace, but he's normally the one who's came out on top. So yeah, I think respectively he outqualified me, but I'm glad he didn't really put up a fight at the start.
Well, he is getting closer to you.
Yeah, it's because I've still got everything turned down, so I'm going to turn everything up again in a minute.
Anyway, question, is there a DRS zone before 130R?
No.
Oh, thank God for that. Even though I think you could easily put one there.
No, they're not allowed to. The requirements of DRS, it's a certain length of straight, but it has to lead into a braking zone.
Fair enough.
Kind of the same reason why there isn't a DRS zone in the Monaco tunnel.
Fair enough. Actually,
kind of for the opposite reason.
Yeah, we bet in. Oh God, here we go. See, Jonas is all over Morris's back. Oh no! And then Razor's all over T. John's back. Yep, it's official. Cut up. We have freeway fights now. We have a freeway.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Yep, three-way fight.
God.
I have no idea what's going on you, why you're saying, oh God, but I'm enjoying this fight here.
No, I've only just realised how close my teammate is behind me in my rearview mirror.
Oh, hello. Hazard's got past Collins.
God damn it, Collins.
Oh! Can you see a sneaky nose on the side there? There's enough, and I think you had to back off a little bit. Okay, Morris, how good are you at defending? In fact, Morris has been quite critical of himself of late, hasn't he?
Yeah, can you blame him? He's bottled at least 6 or 7 races.
You know, I'm surprised you haven't thought about doing a season review at the end of the season of how much has happened.
We can do it, it's up to you if we want to do some kind of podcast for it, but I don't know if any of the drivers would want to hear that, join in with that, or how long something like that will end up being.
You got a point there. Morris has decided to pick up the pace a tiny bit. And it's definitely working. It is keeping him ahead, but not by much. Remember, these guys are battling right now, but eventually these guys are going to have to like take a chill pill a little bit. The question is, who'll be the first person to do that? Because neither of them will want to be the first ones to do so. Oh, bless me. Oof.
Got about 10 laps to go. Probably 9 laps at the end of this one. It's flying by pretty quickly, actually.
Well, it's not the big track. Oh, hello. Leroy's bounty for cutting the corner, but I think the Toro Rosso is going to try it on the Alpha.
Who's in last place, by the way?
Last place is Leroy in 11th. Oh, yellow flag, Leroy's out.
Oh no! Oops.
I don't know where that is.
Turn 1.
Oh yeah, turn 1. Thank you, John, for telling me. As soon as I switch to you to have a look, I see it.
I was going to ask you about something.
What's that?
Is there anything you'd either want to commentate over or take part in during our off-season? I mean, I think Division 1 will be finishing by the end of January. As we're trying to branch out into the game, so anyone who still wants to join our Project Cars 2 events, you can do. And we're expanding onto Rocket League as well.
Oh, why? I haven't played that in a long time.
Yeah, we're doing a Rocket League Championship eventually. Hopefully. Should be.
When I played Rocket League, I was actually kind of good at that.
Yeah, I just played a few games earlier. Won 1, lost 1, drew 1. It's more of a pretty fun game. It's the kind of game.
It definitely has a classic feel.
Yeah, no, it's just the casual enjoyment I get.
Okay, just had a little bit of annoyance of my recording again, but it's fine now.
You said that at Russia, but it was fine.
Yeah, I just had the same problem. Anyway, battle for 1, 2 and 3 are still very close together, still within a second overall with each other, so it's still going on. No one wants to actually pull the brakes a little bit. T-John has a penalty. That'll be crucial. Well, yeah, all this talk you've done about Rocket League makes me want to re-download it.
20 quid up for the winner. Oh.
Can we see a move now, people? Because we're still quite organised. To be fair, this track is actually quite hard to overtake. Oh, actually, hello, race! T-Joyce tried on the outside in turn 1, but failed. And is side by side with... Oh, they touched! Oh, massive! Oh, God. Okay, so T-Joyce and Morris had a little bit of a squabbly moment with each other and tangling with each other. And so much so, T-Joyce is now in the lead of this race. It was quite rough and ready. Oh, Morris has a penalty himself now. It was quite rough and ready, that overtake. To be fair, the move to... Oh, hell! Morris has done a dive bomb! And it's worked! It has worked!
See, the lad can race, he just needs to be confident.
To be fair, the only reason why it worked is because he managed to get a good line out of it, but not in terms of speed, which obviously caused the Alpha to have a little bit of a break mid-corner. Brilliant racing here after the pit stops. Oh, but he hasn't got to 30 on. Quite nice. Oh, no centre and cross, please. Oof. To be fair, originally that.
Oh, there's a Toro Rosso gone in sector 1.
I think that might be Langfeld. Oh, yes, it is. Still easy to do. Meanwhile, back to the fight at the front. Right now, do you know who sits in the best position? Would be Razor right now in third. Yeah. Yes, he is behind them, and not by a lot. But both Morris and T. Jonas have a penalty where Razor doesn't.
Okay.
If it ended right now, Morris would finish in third. No, actually, I'm going to change my answer there, because I did say that Morris was going to finish third, and T. Jonas in fourth, but Steph himself has just got a penalty. So, well, which you could say is just out the window.
Steph's penalty was going to let him catch it too. Second penalty, but I'm carrying 3 seconds as well, so not that it was going to carry anything for me.
I'm actually surprised this battle has managed to continue on.
I'm surprised I've done as well as I have. Remember that I won last season, but I'm just amazed that I'm having a little bit of formal glory at a track.
Here we go! Outside of the first corner, can T. Jonas get it done? Oh, yes! Oh, yes, he can. T. Jonas gets it on the outside of turn 1. But how long can he hold? Can he defend from another dive bomb? If that will Morris even be close enough to get a dive bomb, because that Alpha's already starting to fall away. He's still close enough. Good. Here we go, a dive bomb. No! The Alpha covers it. I think Morris will have to try and do a turn 1 overtakes like he had on himself. Do you think if it gets close enough, do you think any of these guys actually ballsy enough to actually do an Alonso in 130L?
Maybe. It depends how much they want it. Or how much they need to. I wouldn't expect any of the Alpha guys to do it, but I would expect Jamie as like...
Oh, he doesn't need to!
I was going to say, let's say if it's 3 wide on
oh
the
no, he's lost it!
Oh no.
But who's going to get DRS? Oh, Morris does DRS, here we go! Turn 1, can he get it done? Oh, yes. Oh no!
Explain.
Oh, no, they're still running. But that was a heart in mouth moment for T. Jonas, that was. I'll say Morris obviously entered the corner in front of him, but T. Jonas got a lot better entrance to the corner, which nearly caused T. Jonas to just absolutely clatter the Renault. So he had a little bit of a wobble and nearly lost it in turn 1 trying to avoid him. But that has faced it too much, and now the gap between him at first and second is now gone back up to a second. However, actually I'm going to scratch that because that's actually dropped down to half a second now. Hey up, Steph is joining this fight. That's how long this fight has gone on, Connor. So much so 4th place is joining it. This track is actually quite hard to overtake at, isn't it? Blaze for a penalty.
Well, yeah, it's
Oh, inside line on the Alpha! Oh, yes!
It's like sparring away that you have the right corners to overtake, but the track's just not wide enough. Yeah, you compare Suzuka to some of that spot. Japan's a pretty narrow circuit.
Yeah, if it was wider and it would have all the makings of a great overtaking track.
Yep.
And you've pitted.
Fastest lap run. I'm gonna let my teammate know.
You're gonna drop a position. Years. T. Jonas, I think, is in the 30s. Morris is actually in his 60s. Razor around 62. Steph is in the 20s. Marsh is in the, I'd say 20s too. Hazard is, I think, in like the late 30s, maybe. Connor, you've just pitted, so you got all yours. Collins has got, I think he's in his 20s. Oh, Blaze! Blaze has lost in sector 1. Anyway, he has it. He was in the 10th of us, so I clipped to him perfectly while he was spinning. Perfect. He's back on track now. But he's lost position to Langfell, who has got around 50%. Oh, he's back in the gravel. He cannot control his car now that he's got dirty tyres.
Yeah, dirty tyres, overheated tyres, warm tyres.
Meanwhile, the battle for first.
To him.
The battle for first is now a 4-way. Beautiful.
A 4-way fight for the win.
Yep.
I think somewhere in the crevices of your head, that means it's battle for the lead is classified as an orgy.
What? I'm not even going to go to what your head's thinking, but let's continue with this action. Oh wow, people are not finding it right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, here we go. Well, they're back then to the last lap actually.
Purple sector 1.
Oh, it's so hard to tell who's going to win this one. If T Giants wants to win this, he's going to have to get close enough to do a last-ditch dive bomb on the final lap of the race, because we're in the final lap of the race, everyone. Oh god, they're so close to each other, but remember, penalties is still in effect. Remember, I still think Razor's going to win this on penalties. Blaze for a penalty. Oh wow, Morris has broke away enough to not even be considering them right now. Here we go, last lap. Remember, last lap has been Morris's bane in Hungary and Belgium. Flag in sector 2. Who is it? Fastest lap, Connor?
Yep. Blaze, get out the fucking way. Sorry.
Down now.
I'm sorry, but I'm trying to catch P6.
Oh! Morris made a mistake in spoon! He took that far too wide. But I think that's actually gave him a better exit to actually attack the straight. Oh hello, Steph's massively dropped off. He must have made a mistake.
Damn it!
Here we go, last ditch effort. Oh no! He tried last effort and T Giants made a mistake in the last corner. Morris will cross the line to win the race, but will he keep it? No, because Razor takes it on penalties. Wow! Oh wow, Steph really made a mistake. There you go, because of penalties, Razor, even though everyone finished very close to each other at the top 3, Razor has won the race for not getting a single penalty.
It is. Looks like I'll take P7. But I think the fastest lap was worth it, especially for points for Mercedes.
Anyway, Morris will finish second and Tijonis in third. I think Tijonis actually tried to dive bomb the outside into the final corner. People across the line now, just waiting for Collins to cross the line, and that'll be everyone. There you go. Morris complained about that race. I think it's just mad that he hasn't won. Anyway, we have a Norwegian on top today. Right, that's
yeah. At least Morris still gets the podium. He's got to be happy with that at least.
True. Anyway, Razor wins the race on penalties, and then Morris finishes him at second, then Tijonis in third. Then it'll be Steph, then March, then Hazard, then Connor, then Collins, then Langfell, and then Blazed, and we're all in the top 10, all finished. But 11th downwards, Leroy, Feared, Fuzzy, Ninja, and AJ, and all did not win the race. Anyway, that is the race. What time is it, Connor?
Let me check. It is 9:15.
Anyway, join us back for post-race interviews. Hello everyone, you join us back for the post-race interviews after a very close Japanese Grand Prix full of action. I am joined by all three of our podium drivers today, so like always I'll start from third to first. So I'll start with our third place man, which is T Giants. Third place. Well done.
Thank you.
It's definitely helped you a lot more in the championship for both your drivers and your constructors.
Yeah, for sure. It was an enjoyable race. Just did a couple of mistakes that could cost me not being higher on the podium. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, that's the most important part.
What was your? Did you have any set strategy, or were you just following what the game gave you?
I set the pit stop back one lap as I wanted to try the undercut, but I kind of messed up my out lap, so it didn't really work. So yeah, but I just follow my strategy from start to finish, really.
Okay. Also, you had a pretty good fallout since the pit stop. You and Morris had a very good battle. How did you find it?
Yeah, I found it quite good. I felt like it was a bit elbows out a couple of times, but that's racing. So yeah, probably would have done the same myself. So and I got my elbows out a couple of times as well. So I thought it was fair, and yeah, really enjoyed the battle.
Excellent. Kyle, do you have anything to say to him?
I probably will say this more than one time, but considering how close you lot were for most of that race, thank you for not touching each other or having that many incidents, but really well done on actually bringing it home.
Well, thank you. We all touched each other a couple of times.
Yeah,
but no damage.
As long as no one got launched into the barrier, you lot are fine.
Yeah, I thought it was all good.
Well done on third place. Again, thank you for joining us up here in the box, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Now we'll move on to our second place. Man, Morris, well done second place, but I imagine you don't feel well done. How are you?
Two stars, like very frustrated because of the penalty, but I think I deserved it anyway. And not bottling is one of them, because Japan is one of my worst tracks ever. I can't drive it. And surprised he qualified. I took provisional pole position to take it away. So second place. Me and Hazard got made some good battles. He made a mistake at the end of the S section, So he went off, hit Leroy. Well, I didn't think he hit Leroy. I think Leroy tried to avoid him, but he spotted the process. So I was relieved of first place. Then on the second stint, TJ did try to do the undercut, so I responded to that immediately. So after that, I was struggling on the medium tyres quite a lot, legit. Like it was like in Italy, I was quite good on the softs, but when I did the medium stint, I was just absolutely struggling. So I had TJ behind me, and I knew he had good straight line speed, so I had to gain in the corners and make sure I stayed in the slipstream as close as I can. I made a few dive bomb attempts. I never do dive bombs, but I was just panicking because I just wanted to try and win the race and try and overtake Blaze. I don't feel the show ball, do it only for Blaze. So I was panicking in that race. He put me under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. I saw Razor and the other Alpha male catching up as well. We had some good battles, me and DJ, so respect for that. Yeah, and in the group chat, I was just so frustrated with the penalties because legit I was just put under pressure quite a lot. But anyways, overall I enjoyed the race. Nothing to complain about myself. All I need to do is just improve my race pace on the second stint, because for some reason the first stint I pull away, but the second stint they come back at me, and TJ was in the slipstream the whole race, well, second part of the race. So congrats to TJ for third place, congrats to Razor for finishing the race first and being clean on penalties. So that's all I could do really, just try and improve the next race. But I'm surprised I didn't bottle this race because tyre wear was absolutely horrible. The bump on the final corner caught me out in qualifying, and it almost caught me out of the race. In fact, it did, but I managed to save the car. So Japan, next race, hopefully I can do the same thing. But it's quite frustrating as well because Japan's one of my worst tracks yet to finish, whereas my other tracks were very good at bottle. So it's quite frustrating to see it that way, but I can't really see it that way.
Well, you've answered. It sounds like in that thing you actually answered my two other questions. Like at least you didn't bottle it, and also did you enjoy that race with TJ? You answered it perfectly. Thank you. Colin, do you have anything to say to him?
Just honestly, really well done on keeping it together to at least cross the line this time. I know you've had a lot of bad luck, and yeah, that you're not the only one who's had to deal with BS penalties. I'm sure it's not just me, not just you. I think there was quite a few of them out there you could consider not really worthy of a penalty, but just keep the form up. You might be able to get some of your confidence back for the rest of the season, and if you are really good at your bad tracks, then you might be on for a win in Mexico.
Ooh, Mexico. I struggle in the finals 2 sectors. Well, second and third sectors.
It's alright, haven't you just said that now? We're going to watch you pull some amazing overtakes there.
Pull some amazing overtakes. Yeah, down into turn 1 I'll try. I've turned it down into turn 4. That's the only place I'll overtake. Anywhere else, I won't dare go side by side because I think about the consequences afterwards.
You'll be overtaking people through the outside of the S's.
No. And in the party, I was in the party with quite a lot of people as well. There was like 10 of us in the party.
Oh my god.
And I had a lot of people saying, I'm gonna crash. Every single lap I had in my ear. Oh, you're gonna bottle it, 100%. I just tried to prove them wrong, which I did. Almost bottled it, but, you know, it was quite frustrated as well, because they were not giving me any support, they just putting me under pressure so much. So not only TJ put me under pressure, but everybody else in the party did.
Alright, do you mind if we carry this on please?
Yeah.
Well done on the second place. We'll thank you for joining us here, and see you next week.
See you later.
We'll go on to our winner now. Razor, you may have won the race thanks to penalties, but a win's a win. You'll take it.
Yes, I do.
What was your strategy, if you had any?
My plan was to follow my own strategy and pit one round before Tijanis. But he pitted, and I decided to drive another lap to follow J. Morris and pit the next lap. And then it was pretty much just drive clean. I follow the pace of Jonas and J. Morris.
Listen, did you enjoy being in the middle of that fight?
I just wanted to watch, to be honest, because I knew when I knew Jim Morris and Giannis both had and I didn't have. I just focused on saving some fuel and saving some ERS and keep the pace.
Well, you had a perfect view to watch. Do you have anything to say?
All I'd say to him is in the top 3 as well, especially in a race like this. It's not necessarily about your outright pace all the time. It's just about minimising your penalties. So I know that a lot of them where you could classify almost all of them as the winners, but Razor minimised his penalties and just happened to be in that had the least mistakes. So if anything, by the book, I think he's the worthy winner of today.
Well, thank you for joining us here, Razor. Well done again on the win, and we'll see you next week in Mexico.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah. So, Connor, Japan, 1 to 10.
I'd say about an 8 or a 9, just because it's. I think the only way this race could have been better is if the top 3, top 4, that 4-way fight for the battle, if they were actually trying to actively overtake each other each lap instead of just watching and waiting for something to happen. Apart from that, it's been a really good start to 2020.
Yes, excellent. It is not to disappoint. So obviously the next race will be Mexico. How do you think the drivers will find it there?
I think historically we've not really done that well around Mexico. We normally have quite a few DNFs. Definitely a race that will be won on penalties because that middle sector is a joke. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up seeing an underdog somewhere on the grid, because as long as, let's say, someone in P10, they keep it clean, they could end up P6.
Well, it's gonna be fun. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here in Japan. It has been a very good race, very close, like I've said already. And the next one might be fun also. I'll let you say your goodbyes, Connor.
Yep, see ya. I look forward to next week already.
Yep, and I've been your host Game Things. Once again, I wish you all have a happy New Year, and we'll see you all next week for the Mexican Grand Prix.